How to spot a fake Essentials Fear of God hoodie. Hey everybody, I'm Actors and welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and streetwear, the Show Me channel. And today we're going to teach you guys how to spot a fake Essentials Fear of God hoodie. So before we do that, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's get right into it. So I had an email about a couple months ago about a viewer asking me like how to spot a fake Essentials hoodie because he recently purchased an Essentials hoodie. So I figured why not make a video for you guys explaining how. Alrighty, so we'll be using the Fear of God Essentials oatmeal hoodie to show you guys as kind of like a base reference. Alright, so the first thing I would look out for determining whether or not a Essentials Fear of God hoodie is fake is the quality. So I would start looking for things like the stitching. So stitching on Fear of God is actually really nice. As you can see, really nice, precise and clean cut seams and stitching for Essentials Fear of God. So kind of just go around and look for that. If you see a lot of like off-putting stitching and stuff and it doesn't look really too precise or clean, that should be a red flag. Another thing is just feel for the hoodie, make sure it doesn't feel like cheap to you or something, as well as take a look at the inside. It should be really nice cotton all over the inside, so really warm and fuzzy. So you can just take a look at that too. Another thing I would do is put on the hoodie. See, real Essentials Fear of God runs really big. So this is a medium, I believe. Yep, right there. Check the size and tag. This is a medium, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on for you guys. Jesus Christ, this hoodie's so big. Alrighty, and there you go. Once again, this is a size medium, and I'm about 5'10", 160 pounds, and yeah, this looks pretty big on me. So that's another way to check if the hoodie's legit or not. If you put it on, and if you're a size medium and it fits like true to size, that should be a really big red flag. But to tell you the truth, nowadays most of these companies that are faking these hoodies are actually pretty good now at replicating the quality and the sizing and everything like that. So really your biggest way to tell is by looking at the tags. Alrighty, so the first tag we're gonna look at is the hang tag, which is the tag hanging from the hoodie. That's why it's called the hang tag. Anyways, so big thing is spacing and thickness, and also alignment. So if you like look at the lettering and it's kind of like slant or misaligned, not exactly in the middle, that should be a red flag. As well as you got to look at the thickness of the lettering. Now every Essentials hoodie is kind of different with the tags, which can be kind of confusing sometimes, but yeah, just kind of look at the general thickness and spacing of the lettering and kind of compare it to photos that you can find online. And that general kind of applies to all the tags, so even sizing tag on the bottom right here too. This one is kind of off though. I mean, I bought this hoodie from StockX, but this is more like a gray font, and the one I had before had more of like a darker font. So maybe, I don't know, maybe StockX kind of fucked up a little bit on this hoodie, but yeah, you gotta look at the font thickness, spacing, and the lettering. So a lot of times, actually, fake companies would sometimes even misspell the sizing tags and stuff like that. So go look at how things are spelled too. And then just look for like spacing and stuff like that. If it looks like it's been like printed somewhere else than normal, that's a red flag. As well as the color too. I don't know, this is kind of giving me red flags too, because this is more like a faded black more than an actual like a deeper black as my older one had. Or maybe they kind of switched it up because I think they recently restocked these hoodies. It's really the big details nowadays that will separate, you know, fake versus real. So make sure you have the details too. So even if it's like missing the hang tag or missing one of these tags, that should be like a red flag as well. Be like, oh no. Also not a bad idea to ask people for receipts if you're buying online, if they still have the proof of purchase, buying it from like PacSun or where Fear of God is sold. So this is what the top of the hoodie tag should look like. It should read out Essentials Fear of God and upside down. Some hoodies will differ though. Some hoodies would just have Essentials like this one right here does, but a good majority of the new ones that you'll be buying recently will probably say Essentials and then Fear of God on the top right there. And then just kind of look at things like the stitching, making sure that's all correct and good quality. Make sure this is actually rubber and not like plastic or something. And then look at the spacing and thickness and the alignment, making sure that's all correct. Once again, it's a little detail. So if you see like a letter that's connected to another letter, that should be a red flag. If you see like it being kind of slanted, that's a red flag. Just little stuff like that. I know it's probably be really difficult, but take your time on these things. These are kind of expensive hoodies, and it'll just suck if you bought a fake one. Now let's actually look at the Fear of God logos themselves that are on the hoodie. So one thing I see a lot of hoodies get wrong, as you see in this photo right here, is actually where they place the logos. So kind of get a measurement and see where the logos actually align on the hoodie if you can, or kind of just see like, hey, this hoodie is a little bit more further down or a little bit further up than where it should be on the hoodie. Once again, we're looking for spacing, thickness, making sure that's all right, as well as quality too. I mean, it should be a really nice fabric for the lettering. If it feels like it's stitching or something like that, that should be a sign that it's fake. And then same goes for the front logos too. Making sure they put it on the right side of the hoodie, making sure it's not aligned, make sure it's actually where it needs to be, not too further up, not too further down. And then general quality, make sure it's that nice fabric with the spacing, all that stuff is right. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Essentials Fear of God hoodies are probably gonna be the tougher ones to authenticate, and I honestly think this one may not be legit just because this right here, I mean, this is kind of a red flag for me. Like, I noticed like the font is just a little messed up on this one. So yeah, thank you StockX, but I could be wrong, you know. That could have just been a defect or something like that. This wouldn't print that well, but I mean, everything else kind of checks out though. I'm looking at the spacing and everything. So yeah, that's about the general rules of how to figure out if these hoodies are fake or not. You know, first step would be quality control, making sure the stitching, the fabric, everything is nice and well on there. Check for the sizing. These things run massive. And 3, look at the lettering for the logos, making sure the alignment of those are correct, spacing, thickness, all that stuff. And then look at the tags, make sure it has the tags or receipts if they can provide the receipts. And look at the font, making sure they're not misspelled, they're aligned correctly, and the thickness, all that stuff. So yeah, that about wraps up this video. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. If you guys could like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.